Welcome to episode 200 of the High Voltage Business Builders podcast. 200 episodes, that's over 5,000 minutes, more than 83 hours, of real conversations with founders, CEOs, and entrepreneurs who've been in the trenches. Hundreds of conversations, thousands of insights, and a global community of business builders who have joined me on this journey. I want to pause here and say thank you to every guest who shared their story, and to every listener who's tuned in, left a review, and shared this show with others. You are the reason we're here. This isn't just a milestone. It's a moment to reflect on what we've learned together and where we're going next. When I started this podcast back in December 2021, I had one clear vision: to have real conversations with real entrepreneurs building real businesses. Not the highlight reel, not the overnight success story, the actual journey, the pivots, the inventory nightmares, the cash flow struggles, the wins that came from perseverance, not luck. Now, if you go back and listen to those first 5 episodes, well, let's just say you might want to skip those unless you need a good laugh at my expense. We all start somewhere, right? What I didn't expect was how much I would learn from every single one of you, and from each one of my guests. From the founder who navigated 5 months without inventory and came out stronger, to the marketing strategist who showed us how AI is reshaping the way we track and grow our businesses. From the fulfillment expert who taught us that speed isn't always the answer, smart shipping is. To the franchise investor who revealed that the best opportunities aren't always the most obvious ones. But here's what really stands out. Every single guest brought something money can't buy: diligence, tenacity, and a true understanding of what it takes to build a real business. Not theory, not hype. The real numbers, the actual margins. The unglamorous truth about private label brand building, e-commerce operations, and what success actually looks like when you peel back the layers. And what I love most? These aren't untouchable geniuses. They're business leaders who failed forward, who made mistakes, learned from them, and built something sustainable because of it, not in spite of it. Every lesson they shared, every strategy they revealed, every mindset shift they walked us through, these are things any one of you listening could do. That's the point. This isn't about luck or secret access. It's about growth, perseverance, and doing the work consistently. Over these 200 episodes, a few core themes keep showing up, and I think they're worth naming out loud. First, systems beat hustle every single time. We've talked to founders who scaled to 7 and 8 figures, not by working harder, but by building smarter systems. Whether it's Amazon FBA, omni-channel marketing, or automated fulfillment, the businesses that thrive are the ones that don't require the founder to be present 24/7. You don't have to be a prisoner to your business to be successful. Second, data is your competitive advantage. From Google Analytics 4 to conversion tracking to understanding your customer lifetime value, the brands that win in 2025 are the ones that make decisions based on data, not emotion. We've had guests walk us through the exact metrics that matter and how to use them to stay profitable even when ad costs rise and targeting gets harder. Third, creativity isn't dead, it's just evolved. Shoppable videos, live stream commerce, UGC content, influencer partnerships, the way consumers discover and buy has completely changed. We're not in the era of build it and they will come anymore. You have to meet your customers where they are, create content that stops the scroll, and turn attention into action. Fast. Fourth, retention is just as important as acquisition. It's not enough to get the customer once. The brands that scale predictably know how to nurture, retain, and turn buyers into repeat customers and advocates. Referrals, word of mouth, and organic growth aren't tactics. They're the result of delivering real value consistently. And finally, your business should fuel your life, not the other way around. This is the one that matters most. Whether it's building a business so you can homeschool your kids on a 55-acre property, or creating the flexibility to pursue faith and family first, business is the vehicle, not the destination. If your business owns you, something needs to change. I want to take a moment to honor the founders, CEOs, strategists, and entrepreneurs who've sat across from me, virtually and in person, and poured out their wisdom. You didn't just share tactics. You shared your struggles, your late-night doubts, the moment you almost quit but didn't, the insight that changed everything. And because you were willing to be honest, you've impacted thousands of listeners who were in the exact same place you once were. To Courtney, who taught us that clean data is the new competitive edge. To John, who reminded us that Google Ads isn't dead, it's just evolved. To Lori, who showed us that fulfillment can become your most powerful competitive advantage. To Nicholas, who revealed how shoppable videos are transforming the way we sell. To Cliff, who opened our eyes to the franchise categories that print money. To Solomon, who gave us a simple growth formula we can actually execute, to Ashley, who reminded us that organic growth and authentic content still matter, to Jason, who proved that aligning your business with your life goals is the real secret to success. And to the nearly 200 other guests who've contributed to this show, thank you. Your stories matter. Your lessons are changing lives, and this podcast wouldn't exist without you. So what's next? We're not slowing down. In just a few weeks, I'll be sitting down with David Karcher, a voltage business builder who embodies everything this show stands for. His story is one of grit, patience, and strategic thinking. From navigating 5 months without inventory to completely shifting his mindset from spending to fueling growth, David shows us what it looks like to scale with smarter cash flow, better systems, and a long-term vision. It's the perfect conversation to carry us forward from this milestone. And beyond that, we're going deeper. More conversations with founders who are building in AI, automation, and the new wave of e-commerce. More tactical breakdowns on what's actually working in Amazon FBA, TikTok shops, and omni-channel strategies. More stories from entrepreneurs who've exited successfully, scaled through adversity, and built businesses that give them the freedom to live the life they've always wanted. This podcast exists to serve you, the action takers, the builders, the entrepreneurs who refuse to settle for trading time for money. And as long as you keep tuning in, we'll keep bringing you the insights, strategies, and stories that help you build businesses that fuel your life. So here's to the next 200 episodes. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this show has impacted you, I want to ask you one thing. Share it. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. A fellow founder who's struggling, an aspiring entrepreneur who's on the fence, a friend who's building something great but feels stuck. Your share could be the thing that changes their trajectory. Together, we'll keep building businesses that fuel our lives, not the other way around. This is Neil Twa, and as always, your opportunity begins at the end of your excuses. So do something imperfectly today, and something perfect will happen along the way. I'll see you on the next episode. God bless.